Stop calling yourself an NFL fan if you didn't know any of these 10 bizarre facts, because we're not talking stats or highlights. We're talking about knife fights, haunted houses, $230 million gaming addictions, and reality shows with 50 women. If you survive this list without saying no way, you deserve a Super Bowl ring. Number 10. Odell Beckham Jr. You know him for the one-handed catch and the designer drip. But did you know Odell Beckham Jr. was almost a pro soccer player? No, seriously, the man was offered a spot with the US national team. European scouts were watching. His footwork? Straight up elite, but he ditched cleats for cleats, just a different kind. He chose the NFL to stay close to his family.
Soccer was my first sport when I was playing at 3 years old. And they wanted me to join the national team when I was 13, 14, and they wanted me to join the national team when I was 13, 14, and I didn't get to make it there. You know what I mean? It was a decision you had to make when you're young, and you kind of have to go to Europe, and I didn't want to leave my family, so.
And that's not even the wildest part. Him and Cristiano Ronaldo? Tight. Like FaceTime and train together tight, Beckham didn't just borrow moves from soccer. He brought the whole damn skill set to the NFL. You thought he was quick on the field? That's because he grew up breaking ankles on turf way before the NFL. Here's the kicker. Beckham still plays soccer in the offseason, training with MLS players to keep those skills razor sharp. His route running? That's pure soccer DNA. Those cuts that make defenders look silly? That's what happens when you master ball control with your feet before you ever touch a football. The man basically hacked the NFL by importing European techniques into American football. Number 9. Dak Prescott. This man doesn't just carry a franchise, he holds a lifetime of pain inked into his skin. When Dak showed up with an 11-hour leg tattoo session, people thought it was just another flashy QB move. But look closer. The moose? That's for his brother, who died by suicide. The Pegasus flying over Dallas? That's his mom, watching over him after cancer took her. Kobe's tribute is a nod to resilience. And the trailer park symbol? That's where it all started. This isn't a tattoo, it's a documentary carved in ink. The dude walks into every game literally wearing his trauma, his heroes, and his history. But here's what most people don't know. Dak designed every single piece himself. No artist input, no Pinterest inspiration, just raw emotion translated into permanent art. He spent months sketching, making sure every line told his story exactly right. When he throws a touchdown pass, he's not just celebrating a score, he's honoring everyone who couldn't be there to see it. Number 8. George Kittle. George Kittle thought he was building a dream home. Turns out he built a freaking horror movie set. Imagine being a 6'4" pro bowler and still needing to sleep with the lights on. That's how bad it got. Am Darnold moved in with him and immediately felt that something was off. Then came the sleep paralysis, the presence in the room, and the Hat Man. Yes, the Hat Man, a shadowy figure, is so terrifying, it's the stuff of Reddit horror threads. Kittle wasn't just battling a linebacker, she was fighting demons. Literally, forget haunted houses. This was a haunted mansion. NFL meets paranormal activity. But here's the twist. Kittle documented everything. Voice recordings of strange sounds, photos of objects that moved overnight. His dogs refused to enter certain rooms. The final straw. He installed cameras that captured footage so disturbing, he won't show it to anyone. Number 7. Travis Kelce. Before he was catching touchdowns or catching Swifties, Travis Kelce was catching feelings from 50 women at once. No, we're not making this up. He starred in a reality dating show called Catching Kelce, where a woman from every US state competed for his love. It was The Bachelor on steroids, games, eliminations, drama. And yes, someone from Iowa is trying to win his heart. He picked a winner. It didn't last. But the footage? Oh, it exists. The NFL's most dominant tight end once had to choose between Miss New York and Miss Nebraska. And you thought zone coverage was tricky. But here's what the cameras didn't show. Kelce was genuinely overwhelmed. Women were strategizing, forming alliances, and plotting eliminations like it was Survivor. The winner, Maya Benberry from Kentucky, seemed perfect on paper. But reality TV romance and real life? Two different games. They lasted about as long as a rookie contract. Years later, he admits it was the wildest, most exhausting experience of his life. Number 6. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a walking conspiracy theory, but this one isn't his fault. When he joined the Jets, he could have kept wearing his legendary number 12. Joe Namath said, "Go ahead, take it." But Rodgers said, nope, he'd roll with number 8, his old college jersey. And that's when the curse began. First game, first drive, first 75 seconds. Boom. Torn Achilles. Didn't even complete a pass. Fans weren't just shocked, they were asking if he stepped on a hex. One jersey switch and the guy went from MVP to injured reserve faster than you can say namaste. The curse of number 8? Realer than ever. Number 5. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson doesn't just break ankles, he breaks people out of prison. Okay, not literally, but pretty damn close. His childhood friend, rapper Kodak Black, was sentenced to jail. And Lamar? He didn't stay silent. He showed up in court. He tweeted at Donald Trump. He made so much noise that Trump actually pardoned Kodak. That's right. Lamar Jackson went full courtroom activist and helped free a friend using nothing but fame and Twitter fingers. Forget MVP, this man deserves a Netflix doc. Who else in the NFL is freeing people from federal prison and leading the league in rushing yards? But here's the part that shows Lamar's character. Number 4, Tom Brady. The GOAT almost died chasing a golf ball. Yeah, that's not a metaphor. During a celebrity golf event, Brady hit a ball near a 200-foot cliff. Instead of taking the L and dropping a new one, he decided to climb down in spikes. With jagged rocks and an ocean death trap waiting below, Brady risked everything for a $4 Titleist. One slip, and the NFL loses its biggest icon to gravity. Meanwhile, security just watched in horror. Brady came back smiling like it was just another 2-minute drill. That's not competitiveness. That's unhinged alpha male behavior. This dude cannot turn it off. But here's what makes it even crazier. Brady was playing with other NFL legends who were begging him to stop. The cliff was loose rocks, steep angles, and certain death if he slipped. When he finally retrieved the ball, he didn't just climb back up. He made the putt from the exact same spot. That's the difference between good and great. Most people would have taken the penalty stroke. Brady risked his life for perfection. Number 3. Tyreek Hill. You think Tyreek Hill is fast on the field? He's even faster off it. The man's addicted to speed. As in, he owns a McLaren 720S and races it for fun. One time, he literally raced his own car and almost won. Another time, he sat inside a vehicle that hit 200 miles per hour just to see what that feels like. His backyard, wrecked from four-wheelers. His confidence, untouchable. Tyreek claims that if you give him a 15-yard head start, he could beat a Formula One car in a 50-yard sprint.
All I need is like at least 15 yards. I'm beating that. 15 to 20, I'm beating the F1 car easily. You know what's crazy? I actually tested this against my McLaren. Like I raced my McLaren and I won. Like it was like a photo finish, but I won.
Most people would laugh. Tyreek, he might actually be right. But here's the insane part. He's not just talking trash. Hill has been secretly training with Olympic sprinters during the offseason. His personal trainer is a former track coach who's convinced Tyreek could have broken world records if he'd focused on track instead of football. Number 2, Kyler Murray Call of Duty nearly ended Kyler Murray's career. No joke. This man had a gaming obsession so intense that his performance literally tanked during double XP weekends. Fans tracked it. Analysts brought stats. Opposing players mocked him with game controller celebrations. It got so bad that the Cardinals had to put it in writing. No more gaming. His $230 million contract came with a clause banning video games and forcing film study. Imagine being so into Twitch that your employer legally stops you from playing. Kyler wasn't just trying to win games on Sunday, she was trying to prestige midweek. Unreal. But here's what makes it even wilder. Murray was actually good enough to go pro in gaming, like tournament-level good. He was getting sponsorship offers and invitations to compete in major events. The Cardinals found out and panicked. They hired gaming addiction specialists, brought in sports psychologists, and even monitored his screen time. Now he channels that competitive gaming energy into studying defensive schemes. Number 1, Aaron Donald. And finally, you want to know why Aaron Donald is a different breed? Because this man trained with knives, not metaphorically, real blades. His trainer would come at him with knives to simulate attack movements and sharpen his reflexes. Every block he sheds, every move he makes on the field came from literal knife-fighting drills. While other players lift weights, Donald dodges stabs. No wonder O-linemen can't handle him. He's not just an athlete, he's a combat machine. This isn't motivation, this is a survival instinct. When you line up against Aaron Donald, you're basically facing a gladiator. Helmet on, knife memory locked in. Good luck. But here's the terrifying part. The knife training was Donald's idea. He wanted to face his deepest fears, to train his body to react to genuine life or death situations. The sessions lasted hours. Other players trained their bodies. Donald trained his killer instinct. That's not just dedication. That's a man who turned football into warfare.